From the many realms of Atheris to the distant reaches of the 13th via the magic of podcasting, this is episode 50 of A Podcast Reborn, a show celebrating our journey in the past, present, and possible future of Final Fantasy XIV. This episode is being recorded on Sunday, March 17th of 2024. That's right, St. Patrick's Day. And oh, what an episode we have today for many a reason, as you are about to find out. As always, the following podcast may contain mature language and spoilers for the MSQ. My name is Brian Black, otherwise known as Ro, and I have a level 44 machinist. And you know, I don't think I mentioned the story about how I ended up going down this path. It's really quite simple. If you've been following the show, you know that machinist is the main job choice of one of my co-hosts on the show. And after almost 50 episodes, he finally succeeded in winning me over. So, yeah, when it comes to machinist, I'm going to give it a shot. Speaking of that co-host, with me once again is our resident old man blogger and altaholic whose warlock almost died in my D&D campaign last week. Hi, Brandon.
Hi, everybody. How's it going? Yes, it's true. I finally got an air anchor around Ro. But did you guys hear that FF14 and Taco Bell are doing a collaboration? Yeah,
No.
They're putting out a new entree with chocobo meat. It's called a quesadilla.
Oh.
On brand, though. On brand.
Always.
Oh.
Brandon.
On Brandon. We also have our Chaos Gremlin, VTuber, webtoon artist, savior of beavers, and a woman who has embraced her Irish heritage today by drinking not one, not two, but 6 beers. I don't know how many of them were green. Hi, Megan.
Only one. Only one was green.
Okay.
The first one.
We had to have one green beer because we were at an Irish pub and they were serving green beer, and I don't think I need to justify it anymore beyond that. Yeah, we're a little. I think we're now in the territory of buzzed.
Yeah.
We're no longer drunk. Although you know who fucking knows these days, or my brain.
I mean,
for my brain.
I question the sanity of us doing episode 50 with you and your lovely other half, Ward, here being somewhat inebriated. Hello, Ward.
I am fantastic. I am warm. Buzz.
I feel like this was the best show for us to be buzzed. We're also eating pizza because it got delivered late.
Seconds ago. That's true.
I mean,
but yes, I think that this is a time where like the inhibitions are lowered. We can speak more truthfully from the heart. And what is closer and dearer to our heart than our waifus?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect episode.
Mm-hmm.
It's a show. This is a show where we're going to be talking about a lot of Final Fantasy XIV waifus, chaos, a little bit of anime, some other nerdery, and some other random shit that's going to get tossed about. I mean, I guess maybe St. Patrick's Day and drinking probably goes best for episode 50. Maybe this is the perfect episode 50.
I would say the question is less, why are we drunk? And the question is more, why are you not drunk?
That's a great question.
Do we want to take a short break? We can take a short break.
I've got to get up early in the morning, so
I
that
have
might be
children, okay?
Yeah, I'm going to say the Uber driver that everyone is getting drunk earlier in the day because it's Sunday. We
gotta go to work on Monday, so we're like getting drunk early, and we're gonna have our hangover at like midnight. Hopefully
sober up in time for tomorrow. Yeah,
nice.
We'll see.
Awesome.
Oh my goodness.
Well, this is the second part of our 2024 Waifu War Husbando Hullabaloo Extravaganza. We recorded the Husbando division last week. I know it's the soonest we've had 2 episodes go back to back because, you know, important reasons. We're about to dive into the chaotic, bloody, brutal waifu wars as they are. But before we get to that, not really talking any Final Fantasy XIV news and stuff this week. I know there's been a bit out there about cross-region travel, some other stuff going on. I'm sure we'll talk about that next episode. I do want to give a quick shout-out and some props to a couple of great content creators out there, and I want to encourage you to check out what they are doing. Especially if you have completed Endwalker. A couple of fellow podcasters and dear friends of mine, Garrett Weinzerl and Kyle Ferguson. They are Grinding Gear on YouTube. If you do a search for Grinding Gear on YouTube, you can find their channel there. They are streaming the last parts of their journey in Endwalker, as far as the first part of the MSQ, not the post 0.0 MSQ stuff, but going to the end singer and all the epilogue stuff after that. They're going to be recording that at noon Eastern. Part 1 is going to be noon Eastern on March 26th. And then on Thursday, March 28th, starting at 5 p.m. Eastern, they will be recording the second part of it. Like, they are going to Ultima Thule at the start of Tuesday, and they'll be finishing up things on Thursday night. So definitely check it out. I love watching reactions to the final part of Endwalker from various people. And
there's a whole lot of feels of it in that.
Oh, yeah. There not only are there a lot of feels, there's just a lot of like, oh wow and oh shit moments, and like when who shows up at the end and breaks through the sky and all that. Some people love it, some people hate it.
It might be my best foe forever.
Yeah, exactly.
We will get to find out the most important dialogue decision made in Endwalker, whether they choose the first choice or they don't. But a lot of great stuff. Kyle and Garrett are a couple of great guys. I've known them for years, since the World of Warcraft days, and do not have an exact specific commitment to it, but they will be at some point in the relatively near future, between now and the launch of Dawn Trail, appearing on the show for an episode to just kind of talk about their experiences all the way up to Endwalker and wherever they are. They may not be caught up with all of everything, like right up to the end of everything, but I did want to talk to them just about their time enjoying this game and getting through Endwalker in the end there. So I'm looking forward to that when it happens.
Oh man, I can't wait.
I am curious about the perspective of someone who just blitzed like all the way from beginning to end. Like we've had such long waiting periods in between.
We get a lot of time to like digest and really think back and reflect on all the different things that come in,
and like forget people.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Here's an interesting thing for them. Like, for me, it was probably more of a blitz for me than it was for them, because they started this journey about 2 years ago. They've been pacing themselves on it because they're producing YouTube content on the stuff they're doing and doing like reaction videos and talking about the stuff they've done. Like, if you go to their channel and just if you're just looking to have something even on in the background, just go to their channels, see where they started playing Final Fantasy XIV, and there's a massive amount of content there. But yeah, it's taken them about roughly 2 years to get from A Realm Reborn up to this point. So for me, it's like watching the big season finale of like of an epic series. So I'm pretty stoked about it. I hope some of you are as well. All right. Enough promotion and all that stuff. I just want to give them a shout out there because they're awesome. Let's get into the waifu wars. Oh yeah, by the small aside about them, apparently they did a YouTube thing one time about like who their favorite waifus were, and it got like that was the video that I think got the most controversy or the most downvotes or negative comments of any other video. So at some point when they are on this show, we will talk about either that episode or their waifu choices. I mean, it's a natural given. Oh yeah, this is the one place where I think they can feel safe and comfortable to talk about that stuff. I will also say, and this will be much to Brandon's pleasure, I do know for a fact that Garrett has a Emmett Silk body pillow. So
look, unless it's a competition, everybody's waifu is valid, and then if it is a competition, only my waifu is valid.
All right, let's get into it. Let's stop delaying. So, quick recap. We have 4 divisions for this. We have the Scions division, the antagonist division, the Atheris division for people that don't fall into sign or antagonist. And we have the Wildcard division, where we each picked 2 fictional characters from outside of Final Fantasy XIV to participate in their own little part of the waifu wars and see which one of them gets a chance to go up against Y'shtola and lose in a burning blaze of fire. I will say Y'shtola is definitely in this, but here's the thing. In the event of a tie where we have a 2-2 tie on who we want to move forward in the bracket, we will have a RNG roll-off in our Discord channel to determine who goes forward. It is entirely unbiased. It is absolutely unfair, and there are going to be some heartbreaks because of it. But that's just how the waifu wars are going to be this time. So it is what it is.
You leave it up to the gods. Let the fates decide.
All right. Let's see. I think, Brandon, since you had, I think, the most tragic losses in our last episode, I am going to let you determine the destiny of where we go first this time. So pick a division, any division.
Oh, let's see. Where are we going to... do we want to save the fighting for later or get it over with now?
I mean, I think there's going to be fighting everywhere, but go for it.
You're probably right. You know what? Let's go with the foregone conclusion and start off with the Scions division.
All right. Let's do it. Let's handle the foregone conclusions. We do have a couple people that are going to automatically advance to the semifinals of this because 2 people voted for them. That would be Y'shtola. And going, and also in that bracket, another auto pick, just because that's how I randomly seeded these things, going up against Y'shtola when we get to it, will be Kryle.
I knew it!
Yeah.
I was like, me and Ward are going to pick the same waifu.
All right. Moving on, we have some more business to take care of. The next one, you're going to think, wait a minute, that's the same thing. I decided to use some of my authority as host of the show.
Makoya, did you?
No. Now, you may remember last time we had Thancred, and we had his opponent in the first round, Cutscene Thancred.
Oh my god, not again.
In the spirit of that, we have another similar but different matchup. On one side we have Lise, and on the other side we have Ida.
Oh, for God's sake!
And by Ida, I mean the Ida who we see in Realm Reborn, who would eventually become Lise. Because I would argue that even though Ida does become Lise, they are, in my opinion, 2 different characters.
Oh my God!
I'm going to side.
They're very different people.
Empty head, full of chest.
I am actually siding with Megan on this and choosing Ida.
Ida was just so much more charming. I'm sorry. Lise, like, okay, fine. She kind of grows on me by the end, but like, honestly, I feel like Lise is kind of a non-character. Like, she doesn't really have much personality besides like, she's nice. She likes Alamigo.
She's struggling with the burden of leadership, and that's the thing.
But she's Ida, not
she's
really
always the second to Papalymo, so she can always pass off all the decisions. Papalymo's the brains, I'm the fists, and the feet. I just hit things that Papalymo tells me to, and now that she's like, I have to be leading a bunch of people. My choices actually matter.
Lise does not have as much personality as Ida, and like, she just is so bland to me, and like her dialogue and everything is just kind of like, yeah, let's do the good thing.
Well, it's a person trying to live for themselves the first time in a long time.
But I don't get that from her, like, at all. I get, like, I'm trying to do what is nice.
The Stormblood MSQ. You absolutely are.
Okay, fine. True. We're near the end of the Heaven's Word. Maybe my opinion will change. But as I remember, at least, she's just kind of there.
Ida was so... like, I could not figure out why she was so...
Let me guess. You thought she was annoying and now you hate her forever.
No, I don't, because she becomes a better person, because Ida and Lise are not different people. One of them is just, the same person trying to pretend to be her sister and not being very good at it because she has no idea how to be smart because she wasn't raised in Charlian.
Well, she's not smart. That's the point. That's what makes Ida fun, is that she's dumb, but she's happy. And I like that in a character. I especially like that in a big booby wife who could kick my ass. Those are some good ingredients to put in the waifu pot.
Oh, man.
She's still a big booby wife who can kick your ass.
But she's just like, I'm Lise. I believe in freedom. And I'm like, girl.
It is a little bit annoying sometimes when he's like, heavy is the burden of the crown. And it's so hard having to make choices for the first time in my entire life. I'm like, yeah, but now you're the leader of the city-state. So
and the best part,
free Alamigo.
And the best part is that after the MSQ is done, when she's actually like sitting down with everyone, trying to go like, all right, how do we govern Alamigo? Does anybody want that leadership burden? Because I don't. And here's why I don't think we should actually have a king anymore.
Yeah, well, okay, but we got Raban instead, so she just kind of passed it off onto somebody else. And like, what is Lise doing now?
One strongman leader for another strongman leader.
Yeah, man. Like, what's Lise deal? What is she doing right now?
Okay, you need to replay Stormblood because that is absolutely not what happens. She brings Raubon in as an advisor she can lean on, but not one that she comes to rely on completely like she did with Papa Limo.
Yeah, but, like, he has to leave Nanamo behind, and that's sad.
No, it's not. It's
but he's going to be a leader. He's totally a leader in Alamigo.
Yeah. Sure.
I'm sorry.
Sure he is. He's got natural leadership capabilities.
Yeah.
He's not going to take over.
Nobody gives a shit with Lise.
Well, when you do like the healer role quests in Endwalker, it's like you're not spending a lot of time with Lise. You're spending a lot of time with Raban.
Yeah, because he's
want to be like
so Lise is like
he's the one who's actually running things day to day.
Yeah, she's like a cute figurehead that comes out in her little Alamigan dancer outfit that doesn't even do dancing. And she does a little kung fu hustle, and then she goes back and has a nap, and like she's boring to me.
Ward or Brandon, you've got about 1 minute and 20 seconds if you want to add any extra arguments to why it should be Lise.
Man, we voted for Jishol and Kryl. I don't see why we got anybody.
I prefer Lise when she's trying to figure out who she is and is being herself. Also, I'm not going to lie, her outfits when she stops pretending to be her sister are way hotter. True. I also couldn't stand her voice actress in ARR, but that's a casting thing. Frankly, I don't get why nobody thinks Lise had character growth in Stormblood. Like, it's blatantly obvious.
She had character growth. I just don't think she grew into anything interesting.
Wow, that is that is
like she went from I don't know who I am to I know who I am, and who I am is a chai latte basic bitch who likes friendship and kicking things in the face. And I'm like, you do you, girl, but you're not my waifu.
That's character development. That's character development. That is somebody learning to be themselves. And
I liked her when she was pretending to be Ida, because at least she was funny. And she did squats all the time.
So you like it when people you like it when people aren't true to themselves as long as they're amusing to you.
Yes. Yeah, if they're pretending to
you
be
call
somebody
me shallow?
Look, all right. If they're pretending to be someone cool, yeah.
That's time. It feels like we still have a 2-2 go on this.
Why are you fighting with Ida, Ro?
Yeah, where are you voting for?
I'm going with Ida because
I'm going with Ida.
Mine's a very base reason. I think Ida's more attractive than Lisa's.
They're the same person.
I understand that.
Squats. Come at me with Lisa squats.
So here we go. Brandon, you can go ahead and roll for Lisa, and then I'm going to roll for Ida.
Jesus.
Ida. I believe in a thing called love.
Well, there goes that. Yep.
All right, Ida advances.
Punchy bimbo, 10 out of 10.
Apparently the empty head wins.
What do you
Empty head, heavy fists, baby. Look, we don't have anybody who's like dumb and cute right now.
To determine
That's a niche we need filled.
To determine the final spot in the Scion division, another fight between Brandon and myself. Brandon, you picked Moonbrita.
Of course I picked Moonbrita.
Yes.
Picked her last time, and she's going to go again. And she's going to keep going until you guys have the justifiable answer and make her win this.
I understand that, but I'm going to remind you that while Moonbrita is a treasured scion, and we will remember her sacrifice and what she did, if it was not for the thriftiness and the intellect of one Tataru.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The scions Tataru, might not be where they are at Endwalker.
Tataru wears a maid outfit, okay? What else do you want?
Not a maid outfit?
Yeah, she does capitalism so hard, she starts a fucking company town.
Oh my!
Tataru will rule the world, and I'm going to get
Tataru bought an island for you. Come on.
Yeah, man.
Did she have to buy it though? Did she just talk somebody out of it?
She made you she made you a cute outfit like 3 times. Come on.
The island is the cherry on top reason. I'm sorry, a waifu gets me an island after I help save the world? Sold.
Tataru
very cute, yes.
Loves you and supports you.
Extremely manipulative, though.
Tataru loves you and supports you and is a very good girl.
And Moonbrita doesn't?
Moonbrita would she's into Oriage. She don't got time for you. She's like, oh yeah, you're cool.
Okay,
I gotta go crush Oriage between my giant thighs, though.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second, Megan. Are you sure you want to open that door? Because if we're going by, we can't pick her because she only cares about this person, then I'm going to use that on every single pick of yours in the Wildcard division. Are you sure you want to open that door?
Yes, because both of my Wildcard division's love interests are dead, so we can come in and
oh my God.
But I would just say,
by that logic, I shouldn't be allowed to pick Moonbrita because she's dead.
Well, you could pick her, but even if she became your waifu, you would have to timeshare her with Uriage. And not from Uriage's fault either. Moonbrita would be like, "Hey, bye, I gotta go torment Uriage."
By that same logic, we'd have to be timesharing Graha with the Warrior of Light.
Thank you.
There's more than half of the picks here would have to be timeshared. I mean,
we are the Warrior of Light. Graha is ours. God damn it.
We are not
if you wanted to argue, you should be like, you have to share your Shtola with fucking what's his face, Flower Boy,
Runar.
But also, he's on a different fucking planet, so he can suck it.
Ward, I know that Moonbrita wasn't one of your picks. You're on the fence, okay.
I've been on the fence here because it's I was walking into this being like, Moonbrita, hands down.
The
more you keep telling me about how do I get in between Moonbrita and the one she actually loves, Oriage, is
okay.
Yes, she's a great waifu, but she's a great waifu if she's into you. She's not into you. She's into Oriage.
Do you love someone who loves and supports you in everything that you do,
or someone else?
Somebody who has nice thick thighs. Those are the two. You are the Warrior of Light.
No, Moonbrita, though. Moonbrita doesn't love you.
No, she doesn't. She loves Uriage, but Tataru loves you and supports the Warrior of Light with everything that she has.
Hey, Uriage kept trying to get her to go away. I'm just saying, be like, hey, Moon, sorry about that. You want a hug?
Well, that's because he was being tsundere, and we all know that. And he's like a shy little dork, and that she is decided it's her project.
The definition of bookish. You look up bookish in the dictionary.
Moonbrita, it is canon that Moonbrita was literally here's a nerd. He is now my project.
Brandon, we've got about a minute left. Brandon, I'm giving that time to you. Go.
I'm not going to sway you guys. I don't find Tataru attractive because I don't find Lalafels generally attractive. So I can't really,
it's
overcome
her heart.
that.
It's her soul. It's her love for you and the fact that she makes and gives you stuff. Also, she's rich as fuck now.
Can I have my time, please? No,
I want to live on my desert island being supported by my adorable little waifu in a maid outfit.
Okay, Brandon, go on.
Yeah. I almost don't really want to because I don't feel like I'm going to talk sense to you people. Moonbreeda is a mountain of muscles and boobs, and frankly, she's gorgeous. And I'm not
arguing pure attractiveness. Like, obviously, Moonbreeda is more attractive than Totaro. Like, no shit. Like, Moonbreeda could punt Totaro across the entire planet. But, like...
Totaro's like the definition of potato. It's just like potato-shaped.
Totaro is such a well-developed character, and she loves you so much, and she's been around for so long, and she's done so much for us.
She is one bad day away from becoming an evil capitalist, and you've
right. And I want to be the one that she loves.
Over us, though. I'm sorry. I think I made my decision. I was like, how many times has Totaro teared up over us and like shown how much she actually cares for the warrior of light?
Yeah, man. Us. Oh, she's so cute. Okay, Totaro is the definition of moe, meaning that you want to protect her, and when she gets sad, it gives you the feelings, and you want her to be happy. And to me, moe is important to the waifu, and like as much as like sexiness is important, moe is more important. Totaro wins.
Hard disagree, but since it's clearly 3-1 because
with Ward taking Totaro's side, yes, I thought that was going to go to a roll. I really thought that was going to go to a roll. Okay.
She makes me pretty outfits, okay? I'm very easy to sway, just give me things.
Well, also, it's just like, I'm realizing is like all the arguments against Totaro are also arguments against Krile, and I'm like, I can't back any of those.
Speaking of which, let's get to Y'shtola and Krile right now.
Oh no.
Man.
I love
them both.
You people know in your heart of hearts who needs to win this. If you're not going to disqualify her because she won last year, then... No reason could be given as to why she shouldn't win again.
I've already decided that if Y'shtola goes all the way, next year she does get disqualified. But right here, right now, I have to go with Y'shtola.
Obviously.
I'm going with Krile. Baby.
Wow.
We have 2 Kriles on this side? Wow.
Look, I love Y'shtola. She's sexy. She's hot. She's spicy. She's very fun. But I'm sorry, my heart goes to Krile this time. She's just so cute, and she's so like she's doing her best, you know.
Yeah, the whole reason why she picked up Pictomancer in the first place is the fact that like she wants to be joining us on these adventures. It's like just like all the time that she's been listening to DeGraha going on about the adventures that he's had.
Who are you? Who are you? And what happened to the other Megan that was here last week? Who was just going goo goo gaga over the sexiness of the people we were voting for, and now you're into the moe? I mean, now don't get me wrong, moe is important, sure, but what's going on here?
Okay, look, Y'shtola has her own goals and her own life and her own feelings, and Krile is like, I just want to go on an adventure with you and have fun with you, and she's been like supporting us the entire time. Krile is more into us, okay? And Y'shtola, I love Y'shtola. If it was a bikini contest, 100% Y'shtola would win. All right? But it's not all about bikinis, okay? Sometimes it's about wearing a cute little cat hoodie so that, you know, she and Graha could have a little cat family, which is so cute.
Good.
So sweet.
She can go have Graha. I don't want her.
She has a great personality. She has fantastic hair.
Mm-hmm.
She's very, like, sweet and cute. And I don't know. Also, I'm getting a little sick of you, Y'shtola. Look, I love you, girl, but, like...
Krile's out there doing her best, and it's like Y'shtola just shows up and acts like it's not even a big thing.
Yeah, it's everything's easy for Y'shtola. Yeah. Y'shtola's a genius, sexy cat girl. She doesn't have anything.
She's also the cutest of Kuderis that could ever be Kudere.
True. She also slaps Ariage in the ass. I will give her that.
And she threatens to do the same to you if you don't listen to her.
And I'm down with that. Double thumbs up, yes. But I'm in a moe mood. Who knew? I was a moe drunk, but I am.
Jesus. Bro, I'm joining your side and postponing the episode now.
Look, they're both my picks, and so it's really hard for me to be like, this one's better than the other one. But at this very moment, also just like Krile's gonna have such a big role in the new upcoming expansion. I'm so excited for that, and I loved her in the cutscene. Oh my god,
yes,
so cute. And like, I don't know,
get to finally go on an adventure with Krile, and it's like this is Krile's adventure.
Yeah,
I do not believe
her letter, her invitation. We're going with her.
Mm-hmm.
I do not believe that Y'shtola is actually being challenged to a role here in the semifinals.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Look, I love both of them. I'll be fine if either of them moves on, but I gotta vote for. I gotta give Cryle a chance. Okay.
Gotta go for the heart.
Brandon, do you want to put fate in your hands or mine?
Go for it. I had bad luck last time. You might as well go.
All right, Megan Ward, one of you choose. All right, that's a roll.
Oh boy, 10.
That's a very average roll.
It's exactly
that's
in
a
the
very
middle.
average roll.
That's
what I'm talking about.
Oh my God!
You showed not 20. I think that should just be Waifu Wars.
You cannot deny the power you stole. Now that said, like I said, if she goes to win all the way, she is disqualified next year.
I want to say to fan artists, yes, Yashola has pretty big boobies, but they're not gigantic, okay? They're proportional.
Yeah.
Draw them normal big size, all right? You can do it. I believe in you. If you change the body proportions of the waifu you're drawing, you don't actually love that waifu.
That's fair. That is fair. Tataru and Ida.
Tataru. Sorry.
Tataru and Ida.
Tataru has been with us all the way. Look, if we...
This is one where I do have to go with Tataru because she bought me an island.
She bought me an island. And like
why are my co-hosts so damn materialistic? Universe.
I'm here for like the
someone
the
tell me that
protecting.
We all
Tataru.
Look, we all want to marry rich and retire on a desert island. There's nothing wrong with that.
Also, like Tataru is like knows her limits and is trying to like struggle and like she's finding all the different ways to like see how she can contribute. She always feels like she wants to do more because she's out there trying to like support you as much as possible. She actually tried to pick up a little freaking pickaxe and do a little mining on the side.
Oh my God, the quest line when she like was summoned a carbuncle and it was like, but not. It's still running around.
Yes, the most powerful carbuncle the world has ever known. But she cannot control it.
I love doing the fuck. What is that quest line with Taru in the Stormblood where you go do the commies and you?
Oh, with was it Four Lords?
The Four Lords, or Ari Matama and all that stuff. That was so funny and cute, and also just like. Don't tell me that your heart did not grow 3 sizes when, like, in the Endwalker cutscene when you were, like, leaving on the boat and Tara was left behind and she was, like, crying and being like, be well, my friends. Do you be safe? I was like, oh, my baby. She loves us.
You know what got me? Like, you know what got me more than that? Was at the end of Endwalker. Now, true, there are a lot of feels at the end of Endwalker. Yeah. But just the way Tataru says, welcome home, I sobbed.
Oh God!
Oh man, make me tear up right now just remembering it.
You gotta think that that's really hard. That she's the scion that doesn't have any powers. He doesn't have any like physical strength.
She's not out there side by side with us. She has to wait and hope that we come back.
But she's like doing the very best she can to support us. Oh my God!
Hold on a second, Megan. Complete aside on the usual waifu war fighting, but. Am I the only one who thinks the easy solution here is to just drag her over to the Machinist Guild?
Okay, yeah, but like...
Tataru with a gun. Xenos is no longer a problem, period.
I just want to put her in the G-Warrior. I'm like, why can't we just put her in
the G-Warrior? There you go.
I want to take her to the Machinist Guild and let her shoot.
But I think she knows that like she's not brave enough for that. Like,
bullshit! She's not. No, she absolutely is.
When the fucking Empire rolled into the not the Waking Sands, the other one, she like ran away and hid to save herself because she was so scared.
She's had so much character development back since then. She's
but like she knows
pirates.
I think her character development is that she knows herself and she knows she's not good in dire situations.
Anban agrees.
Bad decisions, and so she's just trying to do the best she can with. And she is like I think her character development is like learning and like accepting herself and like I get that I can't be on the front lines, that I would be more of a hindrance than a help to you, so I'm going to find whatever way I can help you.
She'll always be the receptionist. She won't be the scion.
And I also think that's really great storytelling of like, not everybody can be on the front line of whatever you're trying to achieve, but there are other roles, there are other ways to help, and I think it's really sweet that they validate that.
Mm-hmm.
And that she's such a cute character.
Okay, it sounds to me like we're 3-1 for Tataru over Ida.
Tataru.
Which brings us to an unusual conclusion here, because I'm beginning to think I know where this is going, and I did not expect it to go this way. Y'shtola versus Tataru?
I'm sorry, Y'shtola. No. I love Tataru, but Y'shtola's been with us just as long, and Y'shtola's hot as fuck.
Slightly longer if you start Liminsa.
True.
You start Liminsa, I did start Y'shtola's been there slightly longer.
Mm-hmm. I feel like I have similar moe feelings for both of them, and Y'shtola's just hotter.
That's true. We have had to save Y'shtola several times. Like, as much as she wants to be like the cool person who is always
she's like
what was this argument when she was going up against Cryo?
Because Cryo is more moe at this point.
Oh my god.
Okay, so Megan's for Y'shtola. Ward, you're for Y'shtola.
Yeah.
Brandon, you're for Y'shtola.
Of course, I am.
I'm going to politely say congratulations. I'm still voting for Tataru, but it's 3-1, so Y'shtola wins.
Honestly, valid.
Yeah.
Like, I get liking Tataru more. It's like, do you want the sexy, exciting lady, or do you want like the stable, comforting lady? You know, and like that's a personal choice.
There's a waifu for everyone. Not everyone's waifu is everyone else's waifu.
That is very true.
Maybe all right, a tournament where we scream at each other about it.
All right, Y'shtola made it as a side division winner. Surprise, surprise.
Ow, are you serious?
She just bit you.
She just bit me in the lip.
Oh, no. I guess Bon Bon did not agree with that.
Doesn't matter, Bon Bon, no cat
I think
girl
she heard
solidarity.
that like, some other cat girl won over her. And
damn. Man. Boy, episode 50 is bloodier than I thought it would be.
So I have trained both cats. I've trained both cats to like lean in and give me a little kissy when they want to get put down.
Yeah.
And so she leaned in like she was going to give me a kissy, and then she fucking bit my lower lip.
Wow.
Absolutely diabolical.
She's showing you what potatoes are for.
Ow.
All right. Let's see. Megan, we have 3 divisions left. Where are we going?
Oh, Wildcard, man. You bring it to me, I'm going to be like, Wildcard.
All right.
Here we go.
Okay, in the Wildcard division, nobody chose the same character twice, which is to be expected.
I was going to say, that shouldn't be surprising when you open it up to the entirety of anime and everything else.
Well, anime, TV, video games, everything.
Yeah, I meant to say media, but...
man, no, let's do this matchup first. Okay. Megan, I want you to tell me about Violet from Violet Evergarden, because I have not watched Violet Evergarden, unfortunately.
God, you guys, I gave you one thing to do!
Yeah, we had one job, right? One job?
God damn it!
It's a good anime.
Okay, so who is Violet from Violet Evergarden?
Okay, Violet from Violet Evergarden. So there was a really horrible world war. She was recruited as a child soldier, but a certain lieutenant took her under his wing and protected her and sort of trained her up as like his second in command. But then, horribly, in the war, of course, it's war, some terrible things happened, she got traumatized, and then at the very last battle of the war, she got her hands blown off. And so when she wakes up in the hospital, she doesn't know what happened to her lieutenant, and her hands have been replaced by mechanical fingers. And they're like, hey, the war's over, you're not in the army anymore, go out and live a good life. And she's like, what the fuck do I do now? So she finds a place where she can work as basically a typist, where she's typing up letters, because people in this world are not all literate. This is sort of a late Victorian, and it's sort of a World War I kind of analogy. Analogy. Jesus Christ, I'm drunk. Anyway, so every episode is Violet going to a different place and writing up someone's letters, so we get to learn their story, and she gets to learn something from them about basically becoming a human, because she's been like a machine of war her entire life. And at the end of the story, it's very... I'm not doing it justice. It's beautiful. It's very sad. Like, there's an episode where she's writing letters from a mother to her daughter, because the mother has a deadly illness and is going to die soon. So she's writing letters for the daughter to open every birthday. It's very sad. That's the thing. It's a very emotional anime. Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
The letters are a big part of it. Yeah, and then there's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of it where it's like it's all the pathos of like trying to learn how to become human, like what it's like to express your emotions, because their role is not just like to dictate the letters. It's also to like really try and get across the expression of like what the other person is trying to say and like find a good way of expressing it. So it's like trying to really get into their shoes and like figure out what it is that they really feel. And as someone who's like spent her entire life not feeling anything, it's just a weapon of war. It's just how she learns to like actually experience human emotion and how to express herself.
I don't want to spoil the ending, emotions. But it's very good. It's very emotional, and it's just gorgeous.
Oh yeah, it's
like the art is beautiful. Incredible. It's literally like I don't know. It's like the most. I don't know.
It feels like Miyazaki, even though it's not Miyazaki.
Yeah, well, it's KyoAni, which is if you know anything about animation, is really gorgeous, and it's also just really like. My vibe. It's almost it feels like Howl's Moving Castle in a way. It's kind of set
very like picturesque and like storybook like.
Well, yeah, and also just like that sort of early 1900s, late Victorian kind of vibe, but like they do it more, I don't know, or ornate, more complicated. Like people have more complicated hairstyles, more complicated outfits. Anyway, it's gorgeous.
Like historical fiction, low fantasy. I don't think that they really have any sort of magic or anything like that.
All right. Let's get to who Violet from Violet Evergarden's going up against. Brandon, I have some good news for you. It's not one of your picks.
Oh, goody.
It is one of my picks. And my pick is a comic character from DC Comics known as Starfire. There are a lot of you who are probably familiar with the character of Starfire from an animated show called Teen Titans. That is a younger version of her, correct. I'm referring more specifically to the adult version of Starfire, to be clear.
I hope you mean like the 80s version, not like the early 2000s version, because that was a fucking mess.
It was a bit of a mess, yes. I'm not referring to the version who was with the Robin that is a Red Hood.
Yeah.
Not the Starfire that hooked up with Red Hood and stuff. I'm talking more about 80s classic Titans version of Starfire. Now, that being said, here's the thing. I could go on and on about Starfire, and I mainly picked Starfire for her looks, her attractiveness, but also at the same time, her personality being very, very friendly, kind. Like, her personality is very betraying of her looks. Like, you don't see that what most people see this person that's like, yeah, she's really hot and stuff like that, but there is a kindness and demeanor to her that is just as important to her as how freaking gorgeous she is.
I would say
she is the heart of the Titans.
I would say in her defense, she is possibly the only good example of the trope born sexy yesterday. And that, like, she's sexy, but she's also naive, but she's really kind and friendly. But they don't play it up as like, oh, she's so naive that like she'll fall for anyone, and like some random schmuck could come into her life and she'll think he's the best thing ever. Like, no, she has standards, and she falls in love with.
She lost those standards in the early 2000s, which I agree was a hot mess.
Yeah, they were like naive and sexual equals we'll have sex with anybody, and like. No, sir. Good God. You just wanted to write like a sexy lady who will have sex with your self-inserts, but whatever.
There's Starfire as she's portrayed in some of the more recent animated ventures from DC Comics with not Young Justice, but was it Young? Maybe it was Young Justice, but I'm trying to remember if it was Young Justice or not, or no, it was a Titans animated thing. But there's more modern animated versions of the mature Starfire that are closer to kind of how she was in the 80s.
I can't recall what the movie is called, but there is one where she and Dick Grayson in his Nightwing persona are leading a new generation of Titans.
Right,
and she's very much like. In that particular film, she's very much a leader and a not nurturer, but like a coach who like is very good about getting others to grow into themselves and into their powers.
Yeah.
And also she just casually talks about having sex with the man she loves, which is hilarious.
But that's just who Starfire is, yes.
Yeah, she doesn't really have a filter in that regard.
Right. So yeah, that is why I chose Starfire as my pick. Ward and Brandon, where are you siding on this?
I grew up reading a lot of Titans, so I love Starfire. So I'm going to pick her.
You son of a bitches didn't watch the anime. I knew this would happen.
Well, here I'm just going to go off of your descriptions here. Violet sounds like a project to try and deal with all of her trauma.
By the end, man, that's the thing. I don't want to spoil the ending.
Yeah, the whole
probably
point
not going to watch
there for the journey and the growth. And so it's there's the different versions of the character throughout the anime. But I think by the end, she's become a woman of her own. Mm-hmm. She actually becomes her own personality and her own emotions, and she's understanding how to feel and how to deal with these things and process all the stuff that she's been through. And so I think it should come as no surprise. It's well, I didn't read the DC comics. I understand that Starfire has a place in people's hearts, and that's cool and awesome. I'm sure she's very sexy, but I still be getting by the pathos of watching a woman's journey of really coming to understand who they are, and especially in man, I'm also just a simp for the setting. It's that Victorian setting, the
a steampunk kind of.
Yeah.
So
Victorian settings do nothing for me, so I understand that.
So
I know you like steampunk. You like machinist.
Yeah, I like steampunk. It doesn't mean I like the Victorian setting by itself.
Steampunk is I just said it's a steampunk Victorian setting. She has mechanical robot hands.
All right.
She's living in a Victorian setting. It's steampunk.
I don't think we need to debate on this anymore. And the reason we don't have to debate on this anymore is because I'm going for Violet. And you may be wondering what the hell you're going against your own pick. Here's the thing. Your description, Megan, this is a rare time in which your description of the character and just a general overization of the character won me over compared to the reasons that I want to pick Starfire. Now, Starfire is high up for me, but here's the thing. I feel that you are more passionate for Violet than I am more passionate for Starfire, and that deserves giving it to you.
Oh, thank you.
The power of the waifu.
It's true.
It's within
the power of being a weeb.
Look, watch it. You will be annoyed at how much it warms into your heart. I swear to God.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So Violet moves on. Let's go to Brandon's comic pick. Brandon, who are you picking?
That would be Psylocke from the X-Men.
All right.
You like one stalking lady.
Yes, yes I do. I will not fucking apologize for that.
Talk a little bit about Psylocke before I tell you who her anime opponent is.
Look, I don't know shit about Psylocke except her design, and the Olivia Munn played her in the movie for 5 minutes.
That's true.
She was hot. Good job, but I don't know shit else about her.
Psylocke is originally a British mutant who has telepathic powers. She underwent some sort of ridiculous comic book storyline where she and a Japanese assassin had their bodies switched because, of course. God. Also, she had cybernetic eyes implanted in her by an alien TV despot.
Oh, yes, as you do.
Yeah, X-Men comics are freaking weird. What do you want from me? I have, to be fair... When she was basically a British mutant, she was very much a wallflower, had no self-confidence, used her telepathy to basically hide most of the time, and was not combat trained whatsoever, was not good at it, had to be protected.
Beam sword.
Becoming in this body of this Japanese assassin who is drop-dead gorgeous, something about that changed her, and she became more confident. She inherited the martial arts skills. She inherited the ability to manifest her psychic abilities in the knife she generates from her hands.
The pink thing?
Yeah. It's called her Psy knife.
Right. Okay.
It basically transformed her. She became more of her, more of herself, more confident, more sexy. Yes, she does become something of a. What's the I don't know what the proper term for this is.
She's anyway, a femme fatale.
Yeah, she is something of a femme fatale. I really like her, and I will not deny that part of that is her outfit. That it's just doesn't
man, design is a valid part of waifu-ness, and she does have a very iconic outfit.
Yes, she does. But I've also read a ton of storylines with her where she puts herself on the line for her teammates. She actually gets killed protecting one of them by an assassin who has like immortality powers or something. I don't know. Extreme X-Men. It was a time.
And then she stays dead for 10 minutes.
Yeah, it was more like, I think it was more like 7 years, give or take. But I do remember reading the comic where she returns and the absolute joy on everyone's faces when they discover her alive. It was like, it really shows how, even if you haven't read much of the comics, just how much this woman meant to the other X-Men and how overjoyed they were that she'd managed to overcome this through. I don't actually know how I don't remember how she returned to life. It was comic bullshit. What are you going to do?
Honestly, they die. Like, it's especially in the X-Men. It's like such a meme of like everybody's dead for a couple years.
I don't know how many times freaking Jean Grey has been killed and resurrected as the Phoenix, which is 90% of the reason I prefer Psylocke over her. It only happened to her once. But yeah,
everybody's got to die one time.
It's true. It's true.
Say one time. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so the X-Men were my comic growing up. They, even just aside from the fact that, cool superheroes in colorful costumes kicking all the butt, their stories all resonated with me, and Psylocke was my favorite among the ladies of the X-Men. And believe me, there are a lot of sexy women in the X-Men. So that's why she's on the list for me.
All right. Going up against Psylocke, this is about as different from Psylocke as you can get. Hey, Ward, who's Rem?
Oh, no, this is going to be hard for me.
Oh, Rem.
I love Rem.
Oh God, how do you define Rem other than waifu? That's the hardest thing.
Rem is literally the stereotypical waifu.
That's the problem. So she is an Oni. She's a demon.
She's an Oni girl. Okay, look, yes. Oni is different than demon, and it's very important.
Okay.
And these nerds don't know what an Oni girl is, and I'm sad for them.
Normally, of her people, they're born with 2 horns, and that's like the normal thing. Her and her twin sister were each born with 1 horn. Was supposed to be like really like bad luck, and so through a whole bunch of things that happened in her past, she ends up like losing her horn, and so it's like, okay, she is like lost all of the power that makes her like her and her people, like her bloodline, like the inheritance she has from her bloodline is gone. Like she still has some magic powers, but she's more or less just
Maybe you should explain what ReZero is a little bit.
Right, and so the series that she comes from. ReZero is all about a story who is like someone gets transported into this world, and through things that are still not completely explained, this like main character has the Witch of Envy infatuated with him. So like whenever he dies, he gets returned back to some earlier point in time. And so he
gets to save Scrum.
So he goes through things, experiencing things. Of course, at the beginning, he is just like an obnoxious twat.
Yeah,
he gets dropped into this fantasy world, doing a bunch of really dumb things, getting killed by
he's an idiot. He's like a nerd weeb, and but every time he dies, it's actually really fucking horrible. It's not like an easy thing for him. It's not like, I screwed things up, I guess I'll just die. It's like literally,
it's like he gets to feel the pain of death every single time.
When he comes back they call it death by rebirth. When he comes back, he's literally like sitting there shivering and like sometimes throws up, but he's just like, he's totally.
He's gone through traumatic experience. Of course, nobody wants to die. He doesn't want to die.
Yeah,
but he keeps screwing up so bad that he keeps getting like killed through all these different points. And so even
sounds like many isekai animes that I've heard the general gist of. Tell me more about Rem.
Okay,
yeah, so are we still talking about Rem here?
In some of these endings, Rem is the one who kills him.
Yeah.
And
so let me tell about Rem, because you're a Rem.
Okay, fine. You give it more.
Rem is a adorable girl with a twin sister. One has pink hair, one has blue hair. They're both maids. They wear maid outfits.
Identical twins, except for the color of their hair. And they part their hair differently.
They part their hair on different sides. They both have like one eye showing. It's the opposite eye for each of them. They serve a master who is protecting kind of like the main waifu of the series. Who is trying to vie for the crown of the kingdom. It's not really that important when it comes to Rem. Basically, Rem is incredibly protective of her new adopted family, which is like her twin sister, their master, and their master's charge. And she will do anything to protect them. And once Subaru, that's his name, kind of joins this little found family, she becomes incredibly protective of him too. And she's very sweet, she's very cute, but she will also pull out a giant fucking flail with a giant spiked ball on the end and just like smash a fucker's head in if he fucks with them.
Like demonic strength. Yeah. Like absolutely destroying buildings.
And like that's her without her horn. Like that's her being weakened. Like normally Oni are much stronger than that. But yeah, so she's got everything. She's like really sweet and kind and demure, but she will also kick your ass and she will be very protective once you become a special person to her. And she's also it's peak design.
Right. And then there's like, the one point in the series, I have to get this across. The one point in the series, which really sinks it is that because like Subaru becomes part of like her newfound family. Like there is even a point where they like run away together and he feels like, you know, I don't know if I can keep going on like this. Every time I try to do something right, I keep screwing up. I keep dying. There's
a big world-ending peril, and he keeps screwing up trying to solve it.
And he feels
so he's like, fuck it, I'm just going to take Rem, who I like, and run away with her. And we're going to run away from the problem. We're just going to let it...
And she stops him. And he's like, no, I know who you are. You're not a person who gives up. You're a person who really believes that no matter what, something can turn right. And I know that even though that you are deeply in love with this other person, you are the kind of person that I have absolutely fell in love with. And so if you told me that I can run away with you and go away, I would do that. But I would also know I am betraying the person that you are. Because the person that you are is a person who doesn't believe that there's a no-win scenario, that believes that there's always a way of fighting through and will find a way to overcome any obstacle. And like that, like absolute level of devotion, of course, and top from the fact that like she is running around in like a maid outfit. She's really super freaking strong. Wonderful proportions, like the whole waifu package, like all in thing.
Okay, Megan, who are you going for?
I'm going for Rem. I can't help it. Look, she's literally. It is like a meme that Rem is like the best waifu or like the number one waifu, and
it's like ticks every single box.
Yeah. And like, like you see like weeb videos and they're like, oh, of course Rem is the waifu and like all this stuff. And like, it's true. Like it's that she's well-rounded too. She's not just like cute and sexy. She also has this like, these deeper layers to her character.
And she has a personality.
Yeah.
So, so we have Brandon for Psylocke, Megan the Ward, you are for Rem. Honestly, I put myself, when I listened to both of you, I know who Psylocke is. I've read plenty of X-Men comics, so yes, I have more familiarity with Psylocke as a character. But going into this one, I decided to let my decision, kind of like how the thing with Violet went. I kind of basically listened to each of you talk about your pick and decided for myself who felt more passionate about their character. I think it's close, but I still think that Brandon feels more passionate about Psylocke than I felt I heard the passion that you had for Rem Ward. So now I'm siding with Psylocke.
Well, of course, Megan was on who explained all the things about Rem.
I'm sorry.
I'm not great to explain myself, but okay.
You're just like, you get lost in the weeds sometimes.
I do get lost in the weeds in the details, yeah.
It's fine. It's fine.
Like, I stop you and like give you like the important moment that cinches it. Yeah. It's like the moment when they're both on the rooftop and like he's saying like, I'm gonna give up and I'm gonna give up on trying to be who I am, and she just
he's like I'm gonna give up on trying to save the world, or like he's like, I know that for a fact that entire kingdom is gonna get fucked, but I'm just gonna run away with you and try to be happy by myself. And she's like, I know that's not who you are.
Yeah.
And he was like, shit, you're right. And like he was able to go up and face it with her support. It's a very sweet scene.
I think Psylocke deserves a chance at the role. So I'm going to let Brandon roll for Psylocke and let Ward roll for Rem.
Well, he's rolling. He's using my keyboard, but he's got do you want to do it?
I'll be the typer.
All right.
I got an 11, so.
And Psylocke.
This is why you should never give me the dice to roll.
Well, like you insisted.
It was my pick. That's fine.
Also, I'm just going to say this right now. I don't get the attraction of maid outfits. I really don't.
They're so cute.
Now, I kind of disagree with you there. She is cute. Rem is hella cute, hella waifu material. I absolutely agree. Well, but I do think that Psylocke deserved the role there.
The thing is, maid outfits is a very broad category. I can go a lot of directions.
Everyone I've ever seen, I'm just like, this feels really like master-servant relationship thing to me, and I don't find it attractive at all.
Okay, but that's a feature, not a bug.
Sorry, I don't find power imbalances to be sexy. I just don't.
Look, in order for things to be sexy...
Don't yuck on someone's yum, okay? Don't yuck on someone's yum.
I'm saying this explicitly about me. I specifically said I don't find them sexy. I don't get it.
I think, personally, and I think this is true for a lot of women, is that for things to be really sexy, it really helps for there to be a little bit of a taboo. And the thing is that it's a fantasy. It's not something we want to happen in real life. And so the thought of like having a slight this is why like 50 Shades of Grey is so popular, or like Twilight or whatever. Like, ooh, the handsome, rich Superman who knows exactly how to please me and like comes in and takes over my life. Like that is the fantasy, because it's like, ooh, it's a little taboo. Like, oh, I'm letting a man dictate my life. Ooh. But like also at the same time, it's like, man, I don't gotta make any decisions. That sounds great. But it's a fantasy. They don't actually want that in real life. They just want to think about it while they, do the thing. And then they're over it. Post-nut clarity is great.
All right. Next matchup here. We're going to have one of my other picks, which is Terra from Final Fantasy VI. Or when I first played the game, Final Fantasy 3, as it was known in the U.S. That shows how old I am. I definitely
Final Fantasy Americans are dumb.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's literally what they thought. They were like, well, we can't give them these Final Fantasy games. They're too complex. Americans won't get it. Quick, axe those. Give them the other ones.
Give them the one.
Terra was one of the first female video game protagonists that I really like remember and got behind.
Okay, bro, I need backstory, okay? Because this might take some of my nerd cred, but I have no fucking idea.
All right, the Final Fantasies do blend together a little bit.
So Terra is the daughter of Espers. Espers were the summons in Final Fantasy VI, and she is basically So Terra is basically the daughter of two Espers or summons back in that game. She looks like like a 17, 18-year-old human woman, but when later on in the game when she like taps into her ability and like discovers her ability, she can like turn into this like glowing pink energy hot piece of kick-ass. But she starts out in the game with amnesia. She's has a crown on her head, being controlled by the Empire. They have her piloting Magitech. They use her to seek out other Espers that are trapped in Magicite. The story of Final Fantasy VI is kind of a lot of classic RPG JP tropes. Well, some of the reasons why I got behind Terra is because for me it's kind of a nostalgia thing, because like I said, for me Terra was like one of the very first female video game protagonists that I was like really rooting for. And when I played Final Fantasy VI, people have their own opinions on who the main protagonist was in the game because there's so many characters in your party. Some would say Lot Cole was, some would say Celeste was. To me, I felt Terra was a protagonist of that game, or at least the main protagonist of that game. She goes on a hell of a journey, like recovering from amnesia, finding out who she was, what her heritage is like. And then at a point, like more than halfway, about 2/3 into the game, where the world is practically brought to absolute ruin by Kefka, she finds herself basically as like alone on an island, ends up helping like one of the last people alive on Earth. It's like moving emotional point. Then it's been a while since I played Final Fantasy VI. Now I'm thinking about wanting to replay it, but a lot of nostalgia there for me. Terra is definitely for me like must protect. I mean, while she definitely is strong, powerful, has a whole lot of magic behind her and such like that, at the same time, it's like she's she's definitely gives off protect vibes to me, and I wanted to make sure that she got through to the end. She was in my main party almost the whole time. When I got like the kick-ass Ultima weapon and equipped the Genji blade accessory so that she could attack 8 times, she was my main damage dealer. She kicked all the ass, took all the names. So it is a very personal choice for me. There's probably who she's up against. There's probably going to be a lot more verbose reasoning and stuff about why the other person could be picked, and I totally get that. But Tara's just very personal, near and dear to me, and that is why she is my waifu pick. She is going up against man. This is a hard one. So Megan.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if everyone has read Lord of the Rings, but there is a character from Lord of the Rings that you picked.
No, I didn't.
No? Was it you or was it Ward?
It was Ward.
You substituted my anime pick.
Oh, that's right. It is your substitute pick. I keep on mixing that up. Okay, so Ward, you chose Eowyn from Lord of the Rings.
Yes. Because someone can't deal with anime women. Okay, that's fine.
It's fine.
I'm not bitter about it at all. Not even a little bit.
Yeah.
I honestly like her.
Who did she replace again?
Lena
Inverse.
Yeah, I'm not. No, she's 15. No.
At the beginning of the series, you have to know that in 90s television,
it was a different time.
Also, they went on for
I don't care.
It was a different time, and the only thing I will again to just like undercut it. It's like when I watched the anime, I was also that age. So there we go.
That is fair.
So for Eowyn is like Eowyn's a character that you could like, that she always has your back. She's always going to be there to believe in what is right, and if anyone believes that's not possible, she's right there to be like, okay, well, watch me do it. It's like, well, who else is going to behead Ringwraith?
Sure.
Me.
Well, like, Eowyn's also just really cool. Also, I'm just going off the movies because I read those books when I was in, like, 4th grade, and I don't think I even read them. I think my mom had, like, books on tape in the car.
I know. And like, of a male character-centric series like Lord of the Rings, to have, like, a female character have such a standout role.
My favorite Eowyn trivia is that she's supposed to be dressed in, like, men's armor, right? Mm-hmm. But, like, every fucking fantasy artist from the 70s could not resist drawing her in, like, bikini plate mail. Right. And so and it was like, okay, but, like, that's clearly the armor that the rest of the fucking Rohans wear, so, like...
all the Rise of Rohan coming around in, like, 2-piece plate mail.
In fairness, I think, like, Frank Frazetta actually drew them all in the little bikinis, so it was like, what? Fair enough. Yes, every that's a man who does equal opportunity sexy.
All right, Megan, are you also going for Eowyn?
Wait, what was? Well, the thing is, I don't know Tara at all.
That's fine. That's fair.
And I googled her. She's cute. Yep. She reminds me a lot of oh god, another fucking early Final Fantasy designed by what's his name? The fancy drawer, Amino, right? Is that his name?
Yeah. She remind you of Rosa from Final Fantasy IV?
Yeah, I think that's it. She's cute, and I like her story and everything. I just like, I saw Eowyn in a movie.
and you saw her saying, I am no man.
I just love the I am no man twist. That's so fucking cool. I'm sorry. Yep. One it's badass fun. Line really, really gets me. I just wish that she had, like, okay, in the movie it is absolutely it's so silly that she immediately runs off like Mary's Faramir, like they've never talked before, but then they're like, hello, we are both being treated for injuries. I guess we're gonna fuck because we're a man and a woman and we made eye contact. When really, she should have ended up with, I can't remember which hobbit it is, but the hobbit she actually brings into battle. Like, they had chemistry. They had a bond. Mm-hmm. And it would have been hilarious. I would have loved a little man and a giant woman pairing, okay? That's adorable. But anyway, I guess I'm going to I don't really have a dog in this fight.
Gotcha. Brandon, if you want to side with Eowyn, I totally get it. Or if you're giving Tara a chance, let me know. Brandon?
Sorry, I was muting myself because I found out something that made me rage. Unrelated to this show entirely. Okay. Real life sucks. Yeah, I'm going to go with Éowyn here. Just because, I have a stronger connection to the Lord of the Rings series than I do Final Fantasy VI, which I did play, but only relatively recently. So, yeah, I think she has to win for me.
That's fine. All right, Éowyn moves on. Last pairing before we get to the semifinals and finals here, we have another Final Fantasy character. This is Brandon's pick from Final Fantasy VII and Final Fantasy VII Remake and Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Not my date for the Golden Saucer, but who did you pick, Brandon?
Oh, it's got to be our girl Tifa Lockhart.
I was like, it's going to be the titties, isn't it?
Yeah.
Tifa.
I'm a simple man. I like a woman with boobs who can kick my ass.
Okay, so
love Lucy.
I have a sincere question for you. Is it specifically her look and her design that does it for you, or does the personality and her background have anything to do with it? This is important to me.
It is absolutely both. Like I was always, even, back when we had FF7 on the PS1 and Tifa was nothing more than a blocky sprite outside of battles, I always sympathized more with her and what she was going through than with Aerith, who kind of seemed a bit like a Mary Sue. She's the chosen one designed to save the planet, and oh, look, she gets killed for absolutely bullshit reasons. I'm standing there with two guys with guns. Let me fucking shoot Sephiroth. Not bitter at all. Yeah, I love Tifa. I love that, she is so, caring and devoted that she doesn't necessarily reveal the truth because she's afraid it's just going to hurt you more, even though it completely contradicts with how she remembers everything going. She's absolutely gorgeous. Her personality is what does it for me. I can't figure out how to put this into words. She's very, sorry, my brain has completely failed me at the moment. I don't know what's going on.
I will give you time to think about that for your rebuttal.
Sure.
Megan? I have seen Cyberpunk Edgerunners.
I know that 3 of us have. And I think that if you've seen Cyberpunk Edgerunners, you know that Lucy is just the full package when it comes to a waifu. But
the man she loves is dead.
Yeah, and so it's perfect time for you to move in. Mostly, I just want Lucy to be happy, to be honest. Like, I really, really like Lucy. Like, I love Rebecca, too, don't get me wrong. Rebecca is basically me if I was in Cyberpunk, let's be real. So I can't waifu her, that would be weird. but with Lucy, oh my god, she's stunning. I love her character design so much. That hair, oh my god. When you could say that, like, a female's character design is so appealing and, like, a lot of it is, like, this really fucking cool hair she has, like, that's cool. Like, that's unique. She also still has a killer body and is awesome sexy outfit, but, like, she's so, I don't know, the way that you get to know her, she's so guarded at the beginning, but she comes around and, like, you really get to see this soft side to her. And at the same time, like, I really love pathos, okay? I really love characters that are their own worst enemy. And I really love, like, a tragic love story where it's like, oh, God, if only they could have just blah, blah, but you know that they can't because that's not who they are. And, like, this tragedy feels inevitable, but it also feels so preventable. Like, the writing on this is so good, and the animation is incredible. Oh my god, the fight scenes are so good. And also, Lucy is just so freaking cool. Like, she has this little wire that she kills people with, like, she wraps around their throat and, like, strangles them. And she's also, like, a super cool hacker, so we get to see her, like, diving into the net and doing all that cool early 2000s hacking shit. And, like, it's so, I don't know, I really like her as specifically a waifu, because I feel like she's got the whole thing, like she's cool, she's a badass, but at the same time she's like vulnerable, and like if she would just let someone in, and it's like, I want to be the one she lets in, I want to make you happy, but at the same time it's like, I probably can't, and it's also gonna end badly. But like, that's what makes it so compelling. And also just like, oh my god, the character design in Cyberpunk 2070 or Cyberpunk Edgerunners is just so fucking good, man.
Yeah.
Like, every character is so unique, and the way they're designed so fits their, like, personality, the way they like to use their cybernetics, the things, all that stuff. It's so cool. And like, out of a cast of incredibly diverse and cool characters, Lucy still stands out as like the cool, sexy waifu. And like, that's really impressive, I think. And also I'm just really emotionally attached to her. And if I hear I Really Want to Stay at Your House song, I cry still. But yes, I would highly recommend Brandon fucking watch that shit. Oh my God. It's really
I will try.
Look, Violet Evergarden, you're good. It is an emotional journey, and I can understand if you're not in the headspace to watch it at some point. But like Cyberpunk is just like, oh my God, it's so cool. It does have a sad ending. It is a tragedy, definitely, but it's not quite the like punch you in the soul that Violet Evergarden is. Mm-hmm. But it's still it's very compelling, and it's very
Ward. Who are you going for?
Well, this is the difficulty, because it's like I know the characters both so well, and it's like, as much as I would love to like know that Lucy would be like a perfect waifu for me, I feel like Lucy is a product of her world and a product of that life, and like there is
But she escapes it at the end. That's the whole point.
There is no happy ending in the cyberpunk world.
But she got to the fucking moon. Okay, we can meet on the moon and we can be moon lovers.
But
virtually
everything is just lost, and like
okay, yes, I would not if I have to live depressed. In the cyberpunk world, yeah.
In order to be the one.
But what if we could bring her here? Okay, look, we just boop. We're like, hey, look, it's only late stage capitalism, not endgame capitalism.
Oh God!
The
line hits me right now for reasons.
So here's the thing. So Ward, who are you picking?
I'll have to go with Tifa.
Okay. So here's the thing.
Oh, as if living in the Final Fantasy VII world would be good. You're gonna get an entire steady state dropped on your fucking head. You know it.
Hold on, Megan.
Bullshit.
Now, here's the thing.
No, there's
I am incredibly torn right now, and I'm going to tell you why. I love Lucy in Cyberpunk. I also agree that in the world of Cyberpunk, there are no happy endings. I would also argue that if you know something about Final Fantasy VII, there's not a whole lot when it comes to happy endings in Final Fantasy VII too. Also, I'm going to say that, man, as much as I do like Tifa Lockhart, and I really do like Tifa Lockhart, Brandon, but man, we've got to bring up the Moonbrita argument here. If Tifa's not your waifu, there's only one man for Tifa, and that is Cloud Strife.
True.
To be fair, I didn't want to bring that argument up in the first place.
Let
me reiterate this. Cloud does not deserve Tifa. He doesn't deserve Aerith either.
Okay, that is fair, but Tifa has it bad for Cloud.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, but how many people in this tournament have people that they are desperately in love with?
Okay,
we're going to bring that in. We might as well not have it.
If you could get a woman to like someone who is better for her just by standing next to her, the world's problems would be solved. But that's not how it works.
I am going to say that because I am so on the fence, I want to give Lucy the benefit of having a chance. So we're going to put it to a roll.
Yeah.
Or do you want to roll for Tifa, or do you want me to do it?
You definitely don't want to trust my rolls, that's for sure.
Who's rolling for Lucy? Is it me?
16 for Tifa.
16 for Tifa.
Yeah, you roll for Lucy.
While we're rolling, listeners who are fans of Tifa, I apologize for not being able to defend her properly. I just got some fairly bad news, like not, someone died bad news, but it just completely invalidated my ability to think. So sorry about that.
Yeah.
There you go.
And the only other thing I'll throw out for Tifa is the fact that, like, okay, there are certain websites where you can, like, filter certain things. And, like, when you're filtering things for Final Fantasy, there is, like, an outsized proportion.
So let me just say that if you're on a fucking hentai website and you put in Final Fantasy, the first thing that pops up is Tifa. It's like, you want to add Tifa on here? Fine. Okay. Bah.
I mean,
Big Titty Tifa wins again.
I mean,
Square shrinks her titties to nothing.
Oh my god!
I mean, they already dropped them substantially for Rebirth.
I know, which made so many neckbeards mad, and I was so amused by it.
Sometimes you got to call a tree a tree. I know that's not what the saying is, but
People like a tree. Hello.
All right. Let's move on here. We need to pick up the pace a little bit here. We're going to move on to the antagonist division. We do have, this is going to be a relatively quick one. Oh, wait, hold on. We need to finish up the wild card because I didn't do the rest of the matchups. Okay. Oh. Well, we need to go through this a little bit faster. Violet versus Eowyn. This is a tough one for Megan.
Violet.
I would think. Violet?
Violet. We can spend an entire show with her. Right? Learning and growing and everything. And Eowyn is like, hello, I am a background character.
Ward, who are you picking?
I hate to choose against my own choice, but I think I will. It's Violet.
Okay, I also have to go with Violet. Sorry, Brandon. I don't know if you had a dog in that one or not.
I really didn't, other than the fact that I've read and seen Lord of the Rings a bajillion times.
Last week I was like, watch these fucking enemies. You guys were like,
okay.
And then I was like, you're not going to know who they are.
Now, oddly enough, we have two of Brandon's picks going against each other, Psylocke and Tifa. Brandon, who are you picking?
Only because I've liked her longer, Psylocke.
I'm voting Psylocke because I'm fucking bitter. I've got to be logical.
Ward, where are you going?
I have to stick with my Final Fantasy roots. I'm going with Tifa.
I also have to go with Tifa, so I think we have to put it to a roll.
Okay, I'm not rolling because they're both mine, and it does not.
I will roll for Tifa.
All right, I'll roll for Psylocke.
Ooh.
Tifa moves on. Okay.
Tifa moves on. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, Bets. I tried.
It's the power of the Tifas.
It's the power of the Tifas.
All right. Tifa versus Violet in this one. I mean, you made a good case for Violet, Megan, but I have to stick with Tifa.
Fucking
Tifa.
I'm going back
I'm gonna pop her titties like balloons.
Oh wow.
Well, okay. If you've seen Violet, she's got her own Tifas. So
okay.
I'll just put it there.
Look, Brandon is allowed to rationally hate Graha. I am allowed to rationally hate Tifa. Although no, I don't. I don't hate Tifa at all. I'm just mad. I
have rationale for why I don't like Graha. I just didn't articulate it very well last episode.
How about this? Tifa is overexposed. Tifa is overdone.
Actually, that sports bra covers her up pretty well.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Tifa has too much porn drawn of her, which means that she must have some sort of personality flaw that appeals to the neckbeards. And we know that they're called Titty.
Wow.
I think this easily goes to a roll. Brandon, do you want to roll for Tifa?
Yes, I believe I will.
What am I? Wait, who voted for Violet?
I voted for Violet.
Oh, you're my hero. I love you. All right.
I hope you love him.
Oh, no. Oh.
So, okay. So this just goes to underline the fact you both need to watch Violet Evergarden.
Yeah.
And be on the lookout for their Tifas.
My Final Fantasy VII playthrough, yes.
There we go.
All right. Antagonist division. We most of the semifinals is already decided because Fordola got 2 votes. I
guess she's at the beginning, but
yes.
Yep, Fordola got 2 votes. Ysael got 2 votes.
Yes.
Ysael got 2 votes.
But she's like nice for longer than she's an antagonist. She's an antagonist.
Fight her as a primal.
Yeah, like 2 times. You fight Ysael like once, and then she's like, hey, let me give you my tragic backstory, and let's also be friends.
You also have to fight through her horde of followers, dude.
Yeah, but that's not her, okay? Like,
I'll tell you the same thing I said in the Husbando one. If I have to fight her, she's the antagonist.
Oh
she's more of an antagonist than Forshidal was in some ways.
No, she's not. Forshidal works against the characters for, like, most of his screen time. Ysael helps the characters for most of her screen time. That is not...
But still an antagonist.
Oh my god, she was an antagonist one time.
Also moving on automatically to the semifinals with 2 votes is Yotsuyu.
Who else voted for Yotsuyu? Who else is a fucking freak? Of course!
Wow. All right. So we have one semifinal spot to still figure out, and that's between the following 2 picks. We have Misija. Whose pick was that?
Look, she's in Boja. She's a sexy row lady who betrays you and then rides the fucking Palanquin queen throne with her fucking bare feet out stepping on you.
Ah, yes. She gets the power of the queen. Yeah.
Look, man, when she's in her queen outfit, holy shit.
Yeah,
and she's like hot before that.
You're not wrong.
Like,
I have a feeling we're not going to debate long on this because
she also kidnaps and ties up and who knows what to what's her name, the cute little Aura scientist.
Makoto. Her name is Makoto.
Yeah. There was something happening.
I picked who she's going up against, and I'm going to say right now, I don't have much to say for this pick. I only picked her because she was one of the few female antagonists I could think of that wasn't in this mix. I decided, fuck it, we'll throw it in. I said, fuck it, we'll throw it in and we'll see what happens. So I really don't have a dog in this, but I picked Olivia.
Oh.
Exactly.
Olivia has place for exactly one person in her heart, and it's not you. And that person is still alive, even if he doesn't give a shit about her.
She's sexy lip armor lady.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Nah.
I think here's the thing. I don't even in this matchup I can't even vote for Olivia. I have to vote against my pick because I think your pick's better.
I think we might have
the one thing she has going for her is that, at least according to Sis, she looks a lot like Lucia, who is, also gorgeous. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm going with Misija in this one.
All right. All right. So semifinals for antagonists, we are going to go right with Misja again and have her go against Yotsuyu.
Okay, it has to be Yotsuyu, I'm sorry.
Oh.
Look, I love me a mommy Dami, and she is the most Dami mommy that has ever lived. And also...
Yeah, Misja doesn't stand over you with a pipe in one hand and literally step on you with the other.
Oh my god. And also... Yotsuyu has this whole complicated thing going on where she turns good for a little while, and you learn that why she's such a fucker is because of all this horrible shit that happened to her, and she could have been redeemed, but then fucking her brother showed up with a cask full of crystals and had her transform and die basically. And so she has a tragic ending. She's extremely hot and she steps on me. I don't need anything else. Although the same could be said of Misja, but you don't get as much character development with her because she's only there for one area, whereas Yotsuyu is the entire Stormblood expansion.
Yeah. Brandon, who's your pick?
I don't particularly know. I don't get the whole step on me thing. I never have. But I also didn't finish Baja because fuck that gameplay forever. So I think just on virtue of who I've seen more of, and yeah, Megan's right. If she had been given actually some kind of a chance, she might have been, capable to be redeemed. But fucking Asahi.
I know, that little fucker.
Oh, he has the most punchable face of any character I've ever seen in Final Fantasy XIV.
He really fucking does.
There has never been a more this fucking guy than that fucking guy.
You could almost go with Fandaniel because not only was he a dick in that, he assumed his face.
I feel like they were like, how do we make the players instantly hate Fandaniel? Give him Asahi's face. And we were all like, this fucking guy.
Ugh. So yeah, I'm gonna vote Yotsuyu just
that quote is gonna stay in my head for a while. There's never been more of a this fucking guy than that fucking guy.
It's just
okay.
I'd almost say that should be the title of the episode, but it feels really bad to have the waifu tournament be called this fucking guy.
Right,
oh my
right.
God.
Is this a 4-0 award? Because I'm going Yotsuyu.
It's a 4-0. Yeah,
all right. 4-0. All right. That puts us with Fordola and Ysael. It's a good one.
I'm going to vote for Dola because I think she's more of an antagonist. And we're in the antagonist category. Look, I love Ysael, but also Fordola got them thighs.
She do got them thighs.
Brandon.
I don't know if I know how to pick this one because they were both my picks. I think
I'm so obsessed with Ysael, but to me, she cannot be an antagonist.
So I think just based on that, I'm going to go with Ysael.
Son of a bitch!
And of these two, I have to go with Ysael because Ysael was one of my picks last year, and she remains one of my people to go with now.
Do the face tattoos do nothing for you?
Yeah, put her in the Atheris division or some shit. Don't put her in the antagonist.
She's I had to fight her. She's an antagonist.
She sacrificed her life for you. How dare you call her an antagonist?
Like this. I'm voting for Ysayle in the antagonist division.
Oh my god. Wow. Uncultured swine, ungrateful.
Ward, is this going to a roll?
It is going to roll. I will not abandon Fordola.
All right. Brandon, I will abandon
Fordola. I will not abandon Fordola.
Again, they were both my picks. I feel wrong being the one to roll for this.
It's okay.
14, not bad.
I mean, I'll roll if you want me to.
Yes, please do.
All right.
Like I said, I can't. I only picked Ysayle to
see.
Justice!
Fordola moves on.
Justice for Ysayle.
2 is not enough. All right. That means our finals for the antagonist division is Fordola and Yotsuyu. I think it's not even close. It's Yotsuyu.
Yotsuyu.
As much as the face tattoos do a lot for me, I'm like, dress Yotsuyu wears.
Yes.
Amazing.
All I have to say is off the shoulder kimono, okay?
Boom.
Jesus Christ.
Boom.
What I gotta figure out some way next year to give Brandon more of an edge in this thing, because it feels like there's just like almost nothing but suffering for Brandon, and I feel bad about that.
There's no cure, sadly, for shit taste.
Oh.
Sorry.
Wow.
Oh,
it's a waifu war, okay?
That must be the green beer talking.
Oh
all
my
right.
God. Sorry,
okay.
There's this meme video of like, welcome to the waifu wars. We are fighting our opponents who have shit taste, and our taste is best.
Wow. Let's go to the Atheris division. We have a couple of semifinal spots to figure out. Let's take care of those first, and I'll tell you who automatically made it in, because they should be no-brainers. First off, we are going to go with... let's see, whose pick was this? I think it was Ward's. I gotta look at Ward's pick. All right, Ward, tell me about Zloe Aliapo.
Sloey! Yes. Okay. Sloey is like one of the epitomes of like, you must protect. It's like she has a huge heart. She's really there to like take care of all of the orphans in Idleshire, and like she's really doing her best. She's absolutely inept.
Yes.
So freaking cute. And like
she's Chloe's
they're like a typical like dumb blonde. It's just like perfect in the cat girl form. Also, the fact that like you realize you have to help her, because if you don't help her, then she's going to become like even more into Rowena's debt, and like Rowena's already running that town, and you're like, okay, so if I don't help her and help these children, then not only is Loie going to be like forced to be working directly with Rowena, but all the children are going to be working under Rowena. It's like, okay, I have to step in, be the bigger man, and also protect her and through her all the children.
Protect them. Don't let Rowena start having child labor.
All right.
If I'm not mistaken, she's the first ever introduced custom delivery in PC, is she not?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, we have a small issue here, and of course there's going to be some controversy and chaos here in the waifu wars. Hey, Megan.
Yeah?
I need you to come up with a substitute pick for Ysayle, because I didn't realize you picked Ysayle for the Atheris.
Ysayle gets to be! Fuck you! No! This is where Ysayle belongs! This is Ysayle's home!
No,
Slowly wins by default then?
I will give you a moment to think of a substitute pick if you want.
Who was my other one?
Your other one was Zero, who automatically made it.
Oh, well, shit. I guess Emiliance? If we're gonna do
another custom delivery?
Yeah, if we're gonna have the war of the custom deliveries.
All right. In that case, because of that, we are going to say that Emiliance automatically advances because someone else picked Emiliance, and that was me. So I'm going to, against Zloe, put in the only other remaining person without 2 votes, and that is Waklamat.
Oh, that's tough. I love Waklamat. She's so cute.
She's the best.
But I also really love Zloe, because like Zloe's been around longer, and like Chloe is attached. Just like if you waifu Zoe, you get Chloe too.
You're in the whole family.
Yeah, you get to like adopt Chloe and have a little baby cat girl sister who's so fucking cute.
Yeah. Like, criminally cute.
God. Like all the, what was it, like the summer events where you're like helping Chloe and her little friend.
I mean, Megan, I would say you don't want Bon Bon to bite your lip again, but if we go with Wooklamot, the same thing may happen, so.
It's going to go either way. They're both cats.
Yeah, I kind of wonder which cat girl she would identify more with. Like the cute anime one or like the full cat girl?
It's probably Wooklamot.
I think I'm probably going to vote for
Wooklamot's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I think I'm probably going to vote for Wooklamot because she's just... I'm sorry, she's more interesting. And she's so cute. It's the novelty. I'm sorry, it's true.
Novelty?
It's the novelty. I've never seen
she's the first? Okay.
Yes.
It may totally be recency biased, but I gotta go with Wooklamot too.
And I love her. I love her accent. I love her goofiness. And I love her back and forth with, oh God, what's his name? Bunny Boy.
Erenville?
Erenville. I love that she's bringing more spice to Erenville. You know?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
If Chloe were to go out, this is the way to go. So I will concede defeat. I will die on this hill.
The obvious, love of giant muscle ladies aside, Zoe gives me little sister vibes. She's like, just because of how naive she comes across, I'm like, okay, no attraction,
must protect.
Yes.
All right. So now we're going to go to the semifinals, and since we've been talking about them at least somewhat recently, we're going to have Wooklamot now go up against a 2-vote winner in Emeliance, who is one of my picks and also ends up being one of Megan's.
Shit, that's hard.
I mean, Emeliance, similar reasons as far as like for Tataru, as far as like backing the signs and stuff. There's a lot to go there. I will say, yes, I did put Emeliance in a hot outfit, and yes, I do approve.
Yes.
I just think she's so sweet. And like, honestly, Fortuno does not deserve her. I really hope that he is really nice to her behind closed doors and we just don't see it. But like, she's so supportive of the twins. It's so cute.
She is.
Yeah. And I think of all the waifus we talked about so far, she's the only one who actually had a ring put on it. So it's like, clearly she is waifu material. Mm-hmm. She is somebody's wife. Mm-hmm. There we go.
Yeah.
I just love that she like quietly goes behind Fortuno's back, completely bankrolls for all intents and purposes the Scions.
Yeah.
And it's just like, as soon as he finds out, he's like, oh my God. And she's completely unapologetic about it. I love that, slight deviousness in her. And, yes, she is very, very pretty, but it's Wooklamot is Wooklamot, and I don't know how to pick between the two of them. I love them both.
I've got to go with Emeliance because Emeliance was my pick, and Wooklamot, although great character, I feel I picked her in the previous round because recency bias, so I'm going with Emeliance.
I think I'm going to go with Emeliance for now because I know we're going to have another March Madness down the line, and we're going to learn more about
Wooklamot will earn her. Wooklamot will earn her way out in Dawn Trail, I think.
Yeah, I think Emeliance deserves it.
I'm the one who put Wooklamot in the tournament. I feel like I should back her, but I'm not upset she's losing to Emeliance when we've only had 1.5 patch content with her.
Mm-hmm.
Ward, are you with Emeliance also?
Emeliance, yeah.
This is like this is the Endwalker March Madness, so Emeliance should get it.
I agree.
All right, this is her time.
This is her time.
No complaints whatsoever.
Speaking of this is her time, two characters that were prevalent in this expansion at different points. We have Zero, who automatically made it into the semifinals, going up against G. I wonder who's left. Hi, Vana.
Oh my God, that's hard. Oh no.
Boom. The crystal mommy herself.
Do I want the mommy or do I want the
or the Tommy?
The cool girl. Oh my God. I don't think Zero has it in her to be a dom. I think that she's just kind of like, that's interesting.
Yeah. It's like void, literally void of all of that.
Yeah. But I mean, you can teach her. Like, that's the thing. Like, with Zero, I really feel like if you're going to have a sexual relationship with her, it would be like the trope of like, I'm going to teach you how we feel good here on Etheris. And she's going to be like, oh, I had no idea.
Well, like that has like thousands of years of experience to teach you. So.
Okay, I know. And also, like, Vanetta is big and I'm little, right?
It's true. It's true.
Zero's my pick, but I kind of want to go for Vanetta.
Hey!
She's just so hot. She has the most gorgeous face, the most incredible hair, and we have to assume that under that fucking robe that she is built.
Quality pick for sure. I think that we all know who the winner is.
Okay, I really love Zero. I think she's really cool, and I think that like her having a romance could be really sweet. Of literally like, I want to show you what love is. Like, I think that could be really fun. But as far as like pure raw waifu potential, I think it has to be enough.
Yeah.
Again, although Zero was a pick of mine, it has to be Vana.
Yep.
In this one. Yep. All right. So Vana moves on, and then that brings us to in the finals for this division, Vana versus Emelians.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, mommy versus mommy.
Big mommy versus
little mommy.
I adore both of these women, so I'm gonna go with the one I am more physically attracted to, and that's Vana.
Yeah. Okay.
That is literally the only criteria. I have no bad things to say about Emelians other than Vana is just slightly hotter than she is.
I might be telling on myself a little bit, but if I'm gonna go for a mommy, I kind of want one that can pick me up. No, Vana.
One that will dive into a volcano with you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If that's what they're calling it these days.
Oh my gosh.
Ward, is that the same for you?
That's Vana, yeah.
Then it is respectfully a 4-0, though I'm glad that Emelians made it this far. All right. All right. We have our division winners. In the Scion division, we have Y'shtola. In the antagonist division, we have Yotsuyu. In the Etheris division, we have Vana. And in the Wildcard division, we have Violet from Violet Evergarden. So, first off, to kind of square off this whole thing and bring an end to it all, Y'shtola versus Yotsuyu. I don't know if this is even close.
No, I have to go for Y'shtola. I feel like Yotsuyu is like the flavor blasted version of Y'shtola. Like, sometimes you want something really spicy, but definitely not all the time.
So, are you saying that, like, Y'shtola is the taco shell and Yotsuyu is the nachos Doritos Locos taco shell?
She's the Loco Taco.
Oh my god.
Y'shtola, just enough spice. Yotsuyu.
Please tell me we're not calling this episode Locos Tacos.
No, we aren't.
Tacos within tacos.
I feel this has to be 4-0 Y'shtola, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Etheris and Wildcard, Vana and Violet. I think Violet is a good pick, a solid pick. I loved your description of her, Megan, but I can't see how you'd vote Violet over Vana.
No, I gotta go for Vana. It's true.
Yeah.
The Wildcard division seems like it's a foregone conclusion. It's like, we'll fight over it, but they're gonna lose to the people this show's about.
Yeah,
I mean, the main point of the Wildcard division was to have some new people to talk about this year, and also the small chance if there had somehow been a 2 out of 2, just maybe, but yeah. So Vana and Y'shtola, I think this was the matchup we had last year, if I'm not mistaken.
It was, yes.
It was.
This is so hard.
Are we all in agreement that Vana does win over Violet? Because I feel like we didn't really.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah.
Violet's mine, and I'm still like, Vana. Yeah. Look, I love Violet, but she can't. She can't cradle me in her arms.
All right, so Y'shtola versus Vana. I've got to be honest with you. Even if it ends up being a 3-1, I'm still going with Vana.
And I'm joining you because I purposely picked her over Y'shtola because I didn't feel it was right that Y'shtola could get a repeat because otherwise she would just end up dominating. So
I'm
picking Vana.
Okay, look, here's my reasoning. We just said that this is Endwalker year, right?
Yeah.
So I think it has to go for Vana because this is like the conclusion of her story.
She has given us all the full backstory. We've been getting like little bits and pieces. We've had the whispers over the many expansions. And this is the first time we actually got to meet her, to get to learn about her, to get the full view of her character and her lived experience.
And I will say, what's over the top for me is definitely listening to Amanda sing Flow live in person. Oh my fucking god. Oh my god!
Not a dry eye in the room.
If you want to hear an entire auditorium of nerds cry, I thought we're all like shuffling out, going to our cars, like sniffling and crying. Oh my god!
Also, Ward, I want to just make a comment on the whole full view of her. When the implication has been that every time we saw her, she's just been hiding behind that giant crystal.
Yeah. It's hilarious. She's back there, like, oh shit.
She's like over there, like trying to whisper through it, going, "Here, feel, think." And we're like, "Is that the crystal? What's going on here?"
It's like holding the crystal up in front of her.
Yeah.
Like putting the crystal
next to the camera. Every time we fly up, and
hey, no attention to the big tall lady behind the crystal.
every time we're flying through that ethereal sea cosmos area, she's like keeping an eye on us and like hiding on the exact opposite side of the crystal so we don't see her.
I'd love to see the director's cut of those cut scenes where she's hiding behind the crystal.
Oh my god.
So does not win?
Yes, and I'm happy, Brandon, that one of your picks got to make it to the end.
At least the waifu division was correct.
Honestly, I feel like right now, yes, I find Vanna more waifuable than Y'shtola. As much as Y'shtola got to do in Endwalkers, I feel like I felt more waifu love for her during Shadowbringers.
Oh yeah, I also feel like there's still like the open question of like what's going to go on with Y'shtola, but it's like Vanna's story is complete. Mm-hmm. We actually know everything there is to know about Vanna now. It's like I don't think there's any way of Vanna like coming back, us going back to the time before.
And now Y'shtola gets to dominate next year. Yay!
or we'll all fall completely the hell in love with Leclermont.
It's possible.
True.
It'll go catgirl on catgirl action.
Who knows? There might be some crazy ass new NPC we learn or meet in the new world. Or maybe it'll be Kryl. Maybe Kryl will come along and you guys will finally see reason.
Is next year Kryl's year? Who knows?
It could be the year of Kryl.
Also, I'm going to call it right now. You know how we always have those cutscenes after the finale of the main story quest of the expansion when it's like, whoa, what does this mean? What is this going to imply? We're going to get one where it's like the camera just pans down and Vanna's just kind of laying there and she just wakes up and goes, wait, what?
I think my hope is that somewhere in the new world we're going to run into a little trio of kids that are going to very clearly be, the troublesome trio of Vanna, Emet-Selch, and Hythlodaeus reborn without their memories clearly, but they've still got like the same personalities,
the same souls reborn.
Yeah, like they get to join in and live lives and see this world that they worked so hard to preserve. I think that would be great.
I will grab Emmett Kid up and throw him off a new.
Oh my god, no! Raise him to be good. Just make sure that you take that melodramatic energy and you channel it towards the theater and not towards evil plans.
I'm not actually going to do that. I just want to get that reaction out of you, Megan. So thank you.
All right. Well, friends, that brings us to the conclusion pretty much here of episode 50. There was laughs, there were a couple of tears, but I think in the end the right people made it to the end, and I'm happy with the results. And I have no regrets over the beer that the two of you consumed a few hours ago.
I think
I'm not even drunk anymore, man.
No, it just helped us express our true inner waifu. Mm-hmm. There we go.
Let me tell you, going to an Irish pub on St. Paddy's Day is not an experience for the faint of heart.
There's a lot of green.
God. What was a lot? It was very loud. We were literally sitting there texting each other back and forth because we could not hear each other at all.
We couldn't shout loud enough.
Yeah. Oh, it was crazy. But yes, green beer was drunk. Only one though, and then you had all Guinness, and I was like trying all the different Irish beers. So that was fun.
Nice. All right. Well, I think that's going to do it for episode 50. Episode 51 will be coming your folks' way in like 2 or 3 weeks, give or take. We're kind of still in that lull point between one expansion than the other, but I am logging in on almost a daily basis right now. I said I was going to have a level 90 Machinist for Dawn Trail because Machinist will be my main, and I so far got the Machinist at 44, so once I hit 50, things will be going a lot faster once I have access to more roulettes and stuff. Right now, I'm just doing the leveling roulette each day and making sure Wondrous Tales is done. So
yeah.
If memory serves, didn't we all level Summoner for Endwalker?
I think so.
Yeah.
I'm doing.
Are we all going to do Machinist this time, Megan?
No. I'm doing a Summoner and then I'm going to switch to Pictomancer. Although I might switch to Pictomancer right out the gate. We'll see.
I will do Pictomancer later, but I'm going to do the main I'm going to do the MSQ's Machinist.
I just feel like so targeted by Pictomancer. Like, hey, kids, do you want to draw doodles and then throw them at your enemies? I'm like, yes. And they're like, the doodles are going to be brightly colored like Lisa Frank bunnies. I'm like, yes. Yes!
I will say this, Ro. If by some miracle we get eggy forms of Shiva, Ramu, and wow, I just blanked on who the other one we're missing. If we get those forms, I might go Summoner again.
I mean, if Summoner gets like some new eggy forms and like Shiva, Ramu, and all that stuff, I'll probably
that's what I was talking about.
Yeah, I'll probably be leveling up Summonu. I'll be leveling up Summoner in tandem with Machinist, but Machinist will be why I do the MSQ on. But I'll get Summoner up to 100 about the same time, I think.
Yeah, see, I also like Scholar, so that's usually why I do Summoner first, because I'm a weirdo who doesn't mind healing.
Free healing job, yeah!
Also, I feel like Scholar is like the easiest healing job. You're literally just like, I'm gonna throw shield on everybody occasionally and then do damage and be like, Eos, get to it! Be like, I sure hope my fairy heals you.
Hope she likes you.
Yeah. If you take more damage than my fairy could heal, that's a skill issue.
Things become difficult.
Until episode 51, and whoever or whatever may come with that. I don't know if that will be the Kyle and Garrett episode or not, but we'll see. Until then, Megan, where can people find you?
You can find me everywhere as Catmom Megan, all one word. Megan is spelled Meagan. I stream on Twitch during weekdays, usually when I don't have jury duty. Oh yeah, I did jury duty this week. That's a story for another time. I'm on Twitter, I'm on Bluesky, I'm on Tumblr, I'm on YouTube, I'm on TikTok. I do TikToks. Usually those are just stream highlights or the occasional cat video because I got the babies. Mm-hmm. But yeah, just search for Catmom Vegan and you'll find me. Oh, that's also my name on Webtoon. I have my 2 Webtoons. One is Sweet Mercy, it's a horror comic, and the other one is Pick Up Group to Another World. It is a comedy fantasy of isekai, but it is kind of a parody and silly nonsense.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Nice. Yep. And Ward people can most likely find you when Megan's streaming.
Yeah. I think I finally regained access to my Twitter account after like 3 years. So I finally have access to it again. I'm pretty sure. Is
Ward still a twit?
It is still Ward as a twit. The problem is I think that nothing has been updated since then, so I'm pretty sure all of my handles are incorrect. I need to go around updating that.
Oh my.
All right. Brandon, where can people find you?
Primarily Bluesky and Tumblr, although I do have the BMAT on pretty much every social media platform. You can catch my writing at yourquestlogisfull.wordpress.com. It's mostly about tabletop RPGs lately because that's where my hyper focus is currently at. You can also catch me on the Plus 5 to Hit podcast, where Ro is our DM and the rest of us are all trying very, very hard not to die from flaming skulls. It's a thing. Go listen.
Things are getting a lot more dangerous for the party now. We are approaching the end game of this campaign. We're not there yet, but we're definitely approaching it, and the stakes are getting higher. I'm very excited. All right. As for myself, you can find me mostly through the show accounts on Twitter and Bluesky. You can email the show at apodcastreborn@gmail.com. And as far as the show, you can also go to bonusroll.gg to find more info about the show and check out the shop, get some merch if you'd like. We are a part of Bonus Roll Productions, so once again, it's bonusroll.gg. The music for the show this time has been provided by Husky by the Geek. Link to his YouTube channel will be included in the show notes, and any of his music, any derivatives of Final Fantasy XIV music, rather, that you hear on this podcast belongs to Square Enix, and no copyright infringement is intended. It has been a wonderful 50 episodes. Thank you to everyone who's been listening to the show, whether it's been for one episode or all the way from episode 1. And if you've been listening since episode 1, wow, who the hell are you? I want to know you. I want to know you. Send me an email. We love it. We love you. For Megan, for Brandon, for Ward, and of course for Butterscotch and Bonbon, this is Brian Black. Till next time, may your loot rolls be high, your glamour fantastic, and your duties always complete. Brandon?
Well, since this episode and the last episode are kind of paired in that they're both tournaments, let's pair up the jokes and go with another Black Mage joke. Why should you always call on a Black Mage for help fixing your flat tire?
Why?
Because they always have despair.
Despair. So delicious, despair.
Nice.
Bye, everybody!